Hi, it's Vanessa, the True Worth expert here, and today I want to share with you one of my favourite formulas of all time, apart from my own of course. I heard this many years ago and I absolutely love it. It is performance equals potential minus interference. And what I want to do is explain it further and put my own personal spin on it, of course. So performance is obvious, that's any task that you do and how well you perform in it. And of course, you always want to perform at your best, I'm pretty sure. So the potential bit is that your potential is always 100%, no matter what. And I really want you to get this emotionally, that no matter what's happening in your life, most of which is temporary, your potential is always 100%, so that is a permanent feature. So let me give you an example to explain this more. Say unfortunately you've got a friend who's in a coma, and I really hope you haven't. Their potential still remains 100%. It's only their interference which is 100%, which means that their performance is zero. The performance is zero because of the interference, not because the person doesn't have potential. So now let's take a look at interference. And I've categorized this into three categories. Category number one is physical. Number two, environmental. And number three is emotional or mental. Now, if you watch any of my videos, you'll know I talk a lot about interference, the emotional interference in particular, but I want to address the 3 points and then look at what it is that you can do to reduce these so that your performance goes up and so you are more in charge of your business and yourselves. So the first category, physical, it could be things like you wake up not feeling very well, or maybe even getting out of the wrong side of bed. Or it could be that the chair you're sitting in is not very comfortable. Now you could say, well, that's part of environmental, but I'm putting that into the physical category. If you don't feel very well, of course I can't go through all the different things that might be wrong with you. You might decide it's better to put off doing an important piece of work until you feel a lot better. Or you might just accept it and hunker down and get on with it anyway. Either way, you have a choice. If it's a chair that's not comfortable, then find another chair to sit in. Or it might be that your energy levels have dropped and you're not spending enough time looking after yourself. So get yourself up out of your chair, do some stretching, walk around, go outside and get some fresh air, take some deep breaths, increase your energy, say something positive to yourself. Because obviously that's going to affect how you feel in your body as well as how you feel in your mind. So there are things that you can do. Environmental, that can be a challenge as well. So perhaps you work in an office where it's open plan, so you've got other people around talking, telephones ringing, all sorts of distractions going on. Now, if you are an auditory person, i.e. you learn through hearing, you'll probably find noise very distracting. Now what I do is I use earplugs. I meant to bring them and completely forgot. And I stick them in my ears. And even though I don't work in an open plan office, what that does is that is a signal for me to be going inwards and concentrating, because I don't want to be distracted by anything, any random noise that might happen at any time. So this is a really crazy tip maybe, but it does work. If there's a noise outside, for example, roadworks or something of that nature, again, you can use your earplugs and there's not much else you can do other than avoid doing videos, for example, when there's external noise going on. So now on to the third, my favourite category, the emotional stroke mental interference that all of us have. And some perhaps have this more often than others, and some people have it less often than others. So that comes in the form of self-talk. What are we saying to ourselves, or what are you saying to yourself? If you have a particular task to do, it might be a marketing task, such as me doing this video, or it could be an important piece of work you're doing for a client where you want to get the best results possible. So what are you telling yourself? Are you saying, oh, I'm not very good at doing this, oh, I can't do this, or what will they think? Have you got that interference going on that's really getting in the way of you performing at your best level? If you have, then you need to do something about it as soon as you notice it. Now, you might have heard one of my recent videos, which was press the delete button. So if you hear yourself saying something negative, you can say press the delete button and replace it with something positive along the lines of something like this. I am perfectly capable of producing an excellent standard of work for my client or an excellent piece of marketing. I've done it before and I can do it again. And if you haven't done it before, you can say, I know from previous experience of my ability to do work at a high level that I will be able to do this as well. I just need to quieten the mind that's telling me that I can't. This is an old story, an old pattern that's been running, and I don't need to listen to it. Make sense? So if you've watched previous videos, you know I love to talk about charging what you're worth, being in charge of your business, and being in charge of your performance is just an extension of that. So if you enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, helpful, inspirational or motivational or anything else of that nature, then please do like, comment and share. It's really, really helpful when you do that, and I want other people to benefit from this stuff because it's important. It's helping people become much more self-aware. So that's Vanessa, the True Worth Expert, saying bye for now.